Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to twist out the tree for the next project, and it is going to be beautiful. These are some of the branches. I will do the twisting of the tree as part one, and then we'll make more branches and we'll assemble the tree. So for everyone that's new here, welcome. I don't edit, but I can make a pretty tree. So what I did here, this is an 8-inch hoop. I actually cut the wire 23 inches long. I'm using 18 gauge aluminum wire, which I cut 10 of those, and I'm also using antique bronze and KC gold in this brand. If you go to my playlists, you'll find the wire that I use and the crystals. And I have 10 of the aluminum wires. I have 5 of the KC gold and 5 of the antique bronze. So let's separate these into 10 and 10. I do like to count twice to make sure I have it right. I decided to use the KC gold in here because I did it on the willow tree, if you haven't seen that, and it looks really pretty. Plus, as you can see, they're a little bit longer. I didn't measure them, only because it was the end of the spool and I was in the other room. So anyway, first thing you want to do is cross over your roots. Now what I do, I attach them, my wires, by folding them in half, attaching them with a slip knot, or you can twist them. You can go to the playlist, and I have full tutorials on how to twist out your tree and how many different ways you can attach your wire to your hoop. It's a little tough, but it's doable. That's why I use the aluminum on these projects, because I am not strong enough to twist a lot of heavy wire. Not anymore. So in an 8-inch hoop, the way I think, for me, to measure, I want my tree to be proportionate, and if I put it in the palm of my hand, not with the root, just with the trunk, to my middle finger, it should be just about to the tip. So I'm going to give this one more twist. And take a look. That looks okay to me. Just looking at the length, I think I will take out half. Just do it like that. Yeah, I think that looks better. Next, I'm going to use one of my tools. These are also in a playlist. They are plastic tip pliers. I like to use them to smooth out the tree. Sometimes I think it looks better without smoothing it out. It looks more rustic. But we'll do it just a little bit, not a lot. And sometimes if you just open and close the jar of this over your work, it just helps it to fall into place, like that. Next, we're going to separate our branches. So I'm going to start over here on my right, and I'm going to take out 16 wires. Trying to get some aluminum with the group. I've got to take the ones that want to go. This one does not want to go. Okay. There you go. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to take out 16. Nope, not like that. Sorry. That leaves me 8. Let's do these in sections of 8 and see what happens. I'm trying to have even amounts of aluminum in the other wire. It's not going to work, but I can at least try. I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to separate them into groups of 8. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a struggle, but I have them separated. Some of them don't look like they want to go, but they're going to go. Reason being is I want the same amount of aluminum as 22 gauge wire. So now we're going to separate them into 4 and 4. I think that branch wants to go up there. Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to take out 4 and try and keep them balanced with an aluminum one. That definitely doesn't want to be there. It won't look good. It's not this hard if you don't use aluminum with it, but because I am, and I've already done a tree like this, I'm being a little bit more particular with this one. Okay, so we have 4 of those, and 4 of these. Now, these just want to give me grief. Come on, I need one more. Sometimes you have to go in between and loosen them up. Okay, so we got 4 and 4. I'm just going to put in a simple little twist. I think I just separated them. I'm just going to do one because I have to double check it, and I don't want to keep going if it's not right. I'm old, so I get away with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to do that with all 5 sections. This is the hardest part. Okay, now, do not want these to get mixed up. Now I can try. If you see a part that's not right, try to smooth it out a little bit. Because we're using aluminum, it is a lot more forgiving. I'll try and get 4, 2 of each on each side, if that makes sense to you. I want 2 aluminum and 2 22 gauge. There we have it. They look a little screwy, but that's all right. I'm gonna do them so tight that it's not gonna matter. Get your finger right in there. Give it a really, really good twist like that. I will make it do what I want it to do. Now we'll do this section. Okay, there's 3. Now with any luck, that looks horrible. With any luck, they'll stay like this for the next breakdown and twist. Just twist as hard as you can to fill in that area that doesn't look right, because that area doesn't look right. So don't slide yet, just twist real tight, like that, because we may move these around. This is just trying to get them together. You have to get really close to your trunk because these do not want to go, and I am making them go, which usually I don't do that, but today's special. It's giving me extra grief. Okay. There we go. Last one. And this one here wants to mess up over here, so we're going to have to fix that. We'll probably come in with our tools. I don't know if you can hear that wind. It is horrible. And cold, cold, cold outside. Black ice everywhere. Okay, now let's see how bad it looks on the other side. Actually, it's not that bad. I can fix that. So now we're going to come in with the star of the day. And just kind of try and blend them in. We'll blend them in more as we twist, but I just want to get a little bit of that done first. Okay, so what we're going to do is go back and really put in a few tight twists. Like that. We are not going to twist this out to where you have one wire left in each section. We're going to have two. It's a little different, but the tree is a little different. Okay, so next, let me see what time. Okay, not too bad. I'm trying not to take a long time getting this tree twisted out. You can always go back and put more in. The most important thing here, because we're going to fill it with branches, is you really have to like your tree. You're not going to see a lot of it. You're going to see a lot of branches, but you still have to like your tree. So I'm just going to mess around a tiny bit more, which actually I should be doing the twisting first. Alright, that's what we'll do. So now we have 4 in each section. We're going to take one aluminum and one 22 gauge, and if it doesn't want to go, we're going to make it go. One of each, aluminum, 22 gauge. And that's as much as I'm going to put right here. We're not twisting out the last 2. So I'm going to go around the entire hoop and twist together. There's 4 of them in a section. Separate them into 2 and 2. Take one aluminum. If you can. I'm forcing it. I don't want to, I want it to be different than the one that we previously made. This style. And for anyone that has not seen it, this is it. It is very pretty, but I want it to be different. It will be different. So I think this one here will probably look a little bit more rustic than anything. So take the 2 and 2. If you can get aluminum and 22 gauge, that would be ideal because of the way we're going to work our branches in this time. A little bit different. And because I do things for the moment, I just do it as I go. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it'll be fun to find out. And I know most of you have made, or a lot of you have made some beautiful trees because you send them to me and I post them in the playlist. But I also know of a few of you that have worked on this tree as well. I'm going to try and make this one a little bit easier than the last. Again, I'm going to try and do, I thought I had both. There's 22 gauge and an aluminum. And we're going to twist these 2 together. I'm going to do it again over here. Aluminum, 22 gauge, 1 of each. I don't want any aluminum wire on my hoop. For those of you that are new, I am very fussy about the top part of my project. And the one I just showed you was the last one. And I was not happy at all with the way I put the wires on my hoop. This time, I'm going to try it a little bit different. always try something new. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, I'm going to do these two, and I'll be back, and maybe we'll start putting some branches on. Well, I changed my mind. We're going to call this part 1 of twisting out the tree of life. The reason why is I'm going to go into part 2 and show you the different techniques that I'm using for the branches. They're not at all the same as the other one. I've added just a dangle. We're going to do all of it in part 2. See you there.